I'm Ahila Wilson. This is Straight Answers and Gospel channel. As you know, we are learning about the book of Amos, chapter 1, verse 1. Let me read it. Chapter 1, verse 1, the book of Amos. The word of Amos, one of the shepherds of Tekoa, what he saw concerning Israel 2 years before the earthquake, when Uzziah was king of Judah and Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, was king of Israel. And in the past few videos, I mentioned Jeroboam, son of Joash, but it is Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, who was the king of Israel. So in the previous video, we learned about who is this Uzziah, who was king of Judah during Amos's prophesying time. Now we are going to talk about Jeroboam, who was king of Israel. And Jeroboam was a king. Pretty much this entire prophecy is against also Israel during his time. So that is what is Amos is focused on. So we need to really know who this Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, is and what he did and what we can learn from his life. And that is what this video is about. And one more time, just to reinforce what we learned. During the time of Amos, there were two separate kingdoms. That was one Israel kingdom, divided into two different kingdoms during the time of Amos, or before the time of Amos it was separated, and during Amos's time it was two different kingdoms, and one is the southern part, that is Judah, and another one is the northern part, that is Israel. And Amos is actually from the southern kingdom called Judah, and Uzziah was the king of that kingdom, Judah, and he was called to prophecy against Israel. Israel is a northern kingdom. Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, was the king of that kingdom during the time of Amos prophecy. So with that background, we can learn what Jeroboam did during the time of Amos and why is this prophecy against Israel. All those things we can learn from this. Where is this Jeroboam mentioned in the Bible? 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 23 to 29. It's 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 23 to 29. Let me read this. Important things from this part, but you can read every verse from that. In the 15th year of Amaziah, son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, king of Israel, became king of Samaria, and he reigned 41 years. And he was a king of Samaria, which is also northern kingdom or Israel. And he did evil in the eyes of the Lord. So that's the number one thing that it says. Not like Uzziah. Uzziah started up like a good king. He did what is good in the eyes of the Lord. The king of Judah, he did what is good in the eyes of the Lord. But eventually he committed a sin. We learned about it in the last video. But Jeroboam is not like that. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord. As beginner. So he was a king and he did evil in the eyes of the Lord. There is no question about it. It's very simple. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and that is mentioned in 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 24. It clearly says he did evil in the eyes of the Lord. But what is interesting that I wanted to say here is, it is in chapter 14, 2 Kings chapter 14, verse 25. Let me read this. He was the one who restored the boundaries of Israel. It says that. So he did evil in the eyes of the Lord, yet he was the one who restored the boundaries of Israel. Like in Uzziah's story, if we see, as long as he sought the Lord did favorable things for him, and he did so many good things. And when he did not, and when he became prideful, then the downfall started in Uzziah's life. That's almost like making sense. But here, if we see, Jeroboam did what is evil in the eyes of the Lord. However, the next verse says, but he did restore the boundaries of Israel. So that's not making sense. That's not connecting. So now we need to understand one thing from this little part of Jeroboam's life. What we can learn is, sometimes a person who is not godly, sometimes a person who is doing evil in the eyes of the Lord will have worldly successes, like restoring the boundaries of Israel. That's a great thing. Israel is God's chosen nation. And Jeroboam did great. Jeroboam got success in his life. He restored the boundaries of Israel. That's a great honor, to restore the boundaries of a chosen nation of the Lord. He did it. However, then he did evil in the eyes of the Lord. And why did he get success? But yet God, in his own sovereign will, wanted to do something good for them. So he wanted to restore the boundaries. For that, he chose this evil king Jeroboam. So like that, my friend, in your life, in my life, if God wants to choose even an evil person, he can choose anybody, your boss who is not a religious person, who is an ungodly person. If God wants to do good in your life, he can use that ungodly, evil boss for your own sake. And if your husband or a wife who is not saved, or if your husband or a wife who is really doing something wrong, if God wants to use them for your own sake, he can use them as well. Or some of your family members, relatives, or something that is totally broken, something that is evil, if God really want to choose to do good from that person or that broken thing, he is still able to. Let's believe that. That's what we can learn from Jeroboam's life. God can use any utter worse evil to do good in your life, and we can trust him to do that, because not because we are good, not because we deserve, but because he is good. Just like not Israel people didn't deserve boundaries restored during that time, but in his own sovereign will, and more than that, his eternal love for his people, he wanted to do something good, because everybody was suffering. So God wants to do something good, and that is exactly what he did, even during the time of Jeroboam, the evil king. So if you feel like you are living in a country where there is an evil king, you are living in a very evil environment, you are living in an evil household, you are placed in authority which is evil, just trust God is an ultimate authority. God is an ultimate authority. God is an ultimate king. He's the king of kings. He's an ultimate authority. And for a time being, even though you are suffering, just wait on him. He can even do good by the hands of an evil king. So by the hands of an evil king. So how much more he can do in your life? How much more he can do in my life? That is what we can learn from king of Israel, who is Jeroboam. So when to talk about everything all together, when Amos was prophesying, Uzziah was the king of Judah, Jeroboam was king of Israel. And Uzziah started out good. He started very young and he ruled for a long time. But what he did, he was doing great, he was doing well, but then pride, because of his pride, he went into the temple, he wanted to burn incense. Because of that, he had leprosy. He died as a leper all his life. Now Jeroboam started as an evil king. However, he did great thing restoring boundaries of Israel, because God wanted to accomplish that purpose through this evil king, because everyone in Israel was suffering. So in his mercy, God used an evil king to accomplish his purpose. And those are the two things that we can learn. So in the next video, I wanted to give a summary of this background of everything that we learned from the starting of Amos to now. It's basically one chapter, one verse, but it is full of information. So we'll give a quick summary of it, very small video. And after that, we will talk about this prophecy, actually go into the prophecy and talk about what he prophesied and what we can learn from that. So I hope this is helpful for you. I hope this is helping you in your own journey with God, and more so understanding the details, intricate of the book of Amos. That's my prayer. That's my hope. And if it is so, please do comment. So that will encourage me to make more videos like this. And may God bless you. You have a wonderful day.